What's up, Alphas? It's your boy, Alphas LMA. And you see up at top what it say? Keep it 99 reviews. Sports edition. And of course, I am joined with the one, the only, the legendary Monray. How you doing today, Monray?
Yo, it's your boy Monray sliding in for the preseason. There it is.
Yeah. Don't forget to watch Make It Make Sense next week for the preseason prediction shows on next Saturday. I don't know what time yet. You'll see. It'll be updated soon. Hopefully, so it'll be Saturday. So, but today's episode, we haven't talked about the offseason. It's been a lot to go on this offseason. So we're gonna break down a lot of offseason and some other news. This is breaking that happened last night. I want to get our quick thoughts on it before Rampage Jackson's son, Roger. We're not gonna show the video because I know most of you have seen it. He nearly beat a man. So let's be honest. For full context of the situation, it started off, he went to a wrestling event. The guy, I think it ain't sick, thought he was part of the show, hit him in the head with a can. It wasn't like a pure can, but it was a can. He didn't know he wasn't part of the show. He did apologize 3 times. So shout out to Nick Monica for the follow. So he hit him with a can. Roger, like I said, he apologized to Roger. They invite Roger to do a work. And the dude, apparently they told Roger that he can throw real punches and they'll stop him. So he was telling on the phone, like, it's cool. They said we can do a work. I'm going to go in and I'm going to swing hard. Nope. Roger just got a spinning back kick to the head last week. Now, apparently, according to some reports, I don't know if it's 100% confirmed, but he had a concussion, according to his dad and some other reports I saw last week, because you can't just trust his dad on him having a concussion. So he gets in the ring, slams the man. The man is out from the slam because no man is finna just take them punches to the face. They said he hit him 22 times in the face. We're not going to show, of course, again, we're not showing that. It's brutal. And before someone stops him, the ref, for some reason, doesn't jump in to stop him after he sees him punch him. I don't know why. Somebody gets in, they gets him off of him. He walks off. He said he's visibly upset, talking about nobody gonna disrespect me no more. Clearly not his right mind. I did check for the past for reference because some people do have priors. So I want to give y'all all the information and let y'all make up y'all mind on how. And he doesn't have a violent record because sometimes you see people have a violent record. He doesn't. So my whole thing is, I'm going to get into it, but did a concussion leading to an incident, leading to an ego trip, leading to a chat on live stream, lead to certain stupid situations that he should be locked up for attempted manslaughter, which takes up to 7 years because the man, fortunately, 6 did not pass away. He's up and conscious. So that's thankful for that. That's the first thing I was worried about. Because I would hate to come on here and be like, because a lot of news on X was like, he flatlined. So that's the situation. I don't know. Y'all thoughts? Monray.
So, yeah. Seen the bid.
I don't know.
I've seen the bid. I'll go ahead.
I'll just shouting them out.
After looking at the bid, like I said, I'm very thankful that he's up and conscious. That assault was pretty rough. I don't know if it's the heat of the moment or, out of his right mind that he did not realize that, Buddy wasn't defending himself. Like you see in all wrestling works or whatever, or just in general, you would think you would block like this or in some way to block your head. And when Buddy was just straight laid out and then started whacking on him, you would think in his mind, like, hey, something's not right here after the first couple of shots. Nope. Full on haymakers, like no resistance, no holding back, and only stopped when a couple of the other entertainers and people around actually physically grabbed him. Why the ref didn't, I don't know if the ref thought it was part of the work or I don't know.
I don't care if you thought that was the way. Once you see a man not moving, just getting welled,
the ref Ref didn't think he could stop him on his own. I don't know, but regardless,
I know.
like,
Before that, I do know they told him that he get to punch him for real until somebody get him off of. Which I don't know if he got brain. Like I said, we're gonna go over. I want to go over there on my part, so I just want to clarify that for you.
So I'm cool with that notion that they say, yeah, you can punch him, but you, as a conscious thing, would think he should block so that you ain't just feeding them things to the face. And even if you know, I'm just 1-to-1. Even if you know I'm allowed to punch somebody for real, you would still mentally hold back a little bit, because you ain't really trying to take him out. So you would hold back a little bit. But he didn't do that at all. He did not hold back, even though you can punch. That difference between I know I can hit you and me trying to take you out. None of that happened. So as come like, do you think charges will be brought up to it? In my mind, I don't think so, unless it's brought up by the state or something like that. I don't think so, mainly because it's gonna end up being such a messy case in and of itself. No matter if you take the possible mental trauma plea, no matter if you take the they said I could do it plea, no matter if I didn't know he was out, it's gonna be so messy that I don't know really if you could make a clean case out of that, no matter which way you try to slide it. But it's an ugly situation, ugly all the way around. Zaya?
Yeah, it's I want to put this in here because I want to know what's it called? I'm looking for it. I just had it, but it uploaded some more tweets. But the company has responded. I'm trying to see. Yes. I'm trying to see what's it. First and foremost, our thoughts and prayers are with our brother, Mr. Stewart Smith, Psycho Stu, as he remains a priority and we are monitoring his well-being. As a representative of Knock X Pro Wrestling Academy, what was supposed to be as a planned and agreed upon wrestling spot turned to a selfish, irresponsible act of violence against Mr. Smith. This egregious act is reprehensible and never should have occurred in the 17 years of operation of Knock X Pro Wrestling Academy. There have never been anything as heinous take place such as this, and we apologize to our patrons and fans. You shouldn't. First off, you shouldn't.
So they basically threw the whole blame on him. Yeah. They threw everything on him.
You should not have him in the ring. An untrained person should not be in the ring. First off, especially like a fighter should not be in the ring. You should not have him in there. He should not have been in there unless you practice the spots. Just telling him to go in there and slam him and then punch him is not what you was. You don't just tell somebody because you don't know who that person really is. You know he's a famous person's son, but you don't know what mental things you do. You just don't tell people to run in the ring and just, hey, we're gonna make this into a work after you did this earlier, and it's a mistake, but we can make it work into making a shoot go into a work is typically only done with wrestlers. I don't know if you should do that with random people. And well, we now know you shouldn't do it with random people. So I don't like that response. You should have been, I felt like you should have been more apologetic than just saying what everybody else is saying and how disgusting it was. You should have been like, we should have never done it. You should take some type of responsibility for that. As you said, it should have never happened. So I don't like that. And by the way, I think them actually telling him he could punch him for real could open them up to legal actions. So I do get why they're not saying it though.
I mean, they basically selling him. They selling him out and throwing the man under the bus. Oh, it was all him, all that kind of stuff. I'm just like, bro, y'all did. Matter of fact, just the idea.
Easy case because everything is on Kick. By the way, the entire interaction is literally on Kick between them telling and the incident with
it's on what
Kick.
Oh God, so it's actually documented. So they already screwed. But the other issue that I had,
him saying they could punch him, all of that, everything is documented. So
that's so stupid. So they gonna throw him under the bus, knowing that they gonna show up and be like, "Oh, well, y'all allowed him to do it." That's one. The other issue that I have, if this man had a documented concussion
last week,
yeah, a documented concussion, why did y'all allow him to still do the bit? I'm very curious why, if you know he was medically diagnosed with a concussion protocol. We're just using sports for example. Sports at best, you coming back within like 6 days to a week. why would you still allow him to do a bit knowing he just took a head injury? Like, you would think, hey, we can push off on the bit for a little bit, make sure he recovers well, 100%, some of that nature. Y'all just like, you know what? It don't even matter. He just took a head blow. Go ahead and throw him in there. Like, how does that make any sense? That you not only are looking out for the well-being of the person that you using to take the shots and everything, you ain't even looking out for the well-being of the person you want to do it. I don't get that. This should have even never made it this far, or at least not this week. Like, now you saying, do I think they're gonna bring charges on, Rampage's son? I don't know if the company, if they can escape having charges brought up on them, no matter how you look at it. I don't know if they can get away with being absolved from this, like fully absolved. I don't know if they can get away from it because there's too many avenues that lead back to them either not taking the right security precautions, not taking the right training, not putting him in a position of safety, not having right security out there, not thoroughly checking the person that you were having to do it, not thoroughly training the person that you had to do it.
Just say openly on the stream that they told me I could punch him for real.
Like, not thinking of the best interests of open real punches, not even having the right referee in place to stop him if something went wrong because he didn't stop him. Like, it's so many avenues that were bad from the company's perspective, from the perspective of looking at the company, not the company's perspective, but from the perspective of looking at the company. It was so many things that was wrong about the situation. I don't know if they can get out of it. I don't think they can get out of just not having to take some accountability. I don't think they can get out.
They'd be able to get out because that's reckless.
Like, I mean, God knows they trying with that first statement.
I know you don't expect it, but at the same time, you can't just let random people in there just because he's a famous person's son who happens to do MMA. By the way, the concussion is not confirmed. I just want y'all to know that. But he got a spinning heel kick in a spar like last weekend, and it was clearly dazed. So people saying he had a concussion. I think Rampage.
Oh, but he never got tested or anything.
I don't know. Like, nobody. I don't know. I haven't found confirmation.
I'm gonna tell you that if it actually comes out he had a concussion, bro, there's no way. There's no way they're gonna get out of it. If it actually comes out he had a concussion, there's no way to get out of it. Yeah, if he doesn't have any kind of medical trauma showing, then the company could be like he just went rogue. And that's the route that they're going, to be fair. With that statement, that's the route they're going, that basically he went rogue. We ain't had nothing like this happen in 20 years. So that's what they're going with. But if he comes out and he had any kind of medical condition and they did not do their due diligence to research it before they put him out there, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Yeah. But we'll see.
Yeah, it's an ugly scene and shouldn't happen. And listen, don't just let people. I know y'all smaller promotion, even though I know who runs it, but you don't just let people do a shoot work in the ring like that. That is insane to me. But prayers out to him. They said he's aware, so that's a good thing. Hope he's doing better and all that. So
I hope he makes a full recovery.
Yeah, because that's, like I said, that's rough. And I don't want to make excuses for him, but again, I don't know how concussions work. I don't know. Oh, it's a lot. This like, it's a lot going on with that. So prayers up to everybody involved. And I saw some people blaming Rampage. I'm like, that has nothing to do with Rampage. I don't know. He was in another state doing something else. His son is 25 years old. I know somebody like he raised a monster and all that. And there's a lot of other things I'm curious about. I'm interested in, but this ain't the place to do it. But we're gonna keep reviewing certain things on it. But next topic, something less graphic, but still interesting. Deion Sanders. This is an old post from my YouTube channel that said, how bad are the quarterbacks? And the thing is, we're gonna talk about the rookies later. But first off, we gotta talk about Deion Sanders. And the thing out there yesterday, I'm gonna introduce this like this. I don't think, no matter what, I don't think he's gonna ever properly be evaluated. You got people that's gonna ride with you and tell you he should be a top 3 pick. No, he shouldn't have. He cannot take Colorado to win the Big 12, and the Big 12 ain't even the great best. It's like what, the 4th best conference. He couldn't take him to win the Big 12. So but to me, he was a 2nd or 3rd round pick. I think they did I think they did horrible by him because he's not a 5th round talent. He's way higher than that. But I also don't think he's a top 3 talent because I had Jackson Dart. I told y'all in the group chat, Jackson Dart better than him. Clear to me. Cam Ward better than him. Clear to me. After that, I think he might be the 3rd best quarterback that was in this draft. And he should have been drafted a lot higher, so they did shaft him. But the question was, after the game last night, they took him out after he played horrible, 3 for 6, had a horrible QBR, took some horrible sacks. And they showed a play where he had a drag, but he chose to try to make a bigger play and lost a lot more yards. So he played bad. They put Hundley in, who they cut today, and he won. He ended up winning the game with them 3rd stringers. And I saw some people say he had no chance. He had 3rd stringers. He had all these people. They didn't really set him up. I saw Shannon and Uncle Shay put up a scenario that if you play well, you usually play with the ones. But then but y'all say that for y'all, but y'all didn't have a person in the same position that also played well at the same time. How would that work? Especially if they believed in him more than you. So I don't know if you would play with the one. It's a lot to this situation. And it's some people that just hate him because his daddy. So they ain't going to properly evaluate him. And then you got people that's going to ride for him regardless. They ain't going to properly evaluate him. So it's an interesting situation. Your thoughts on the Shedeur Sanders? Did the Cleveland Browns set him up last night to fail? Wondering.
He was playing against 3rd stringers too, wasn't it?
Yes. A lot of people got cut today.
He was pretty much playing with 2nd and 3rd stringers during the first preseason game that he was out there, wasn't it?
Most so 2nd stringers in there.
Yeah, it was 2nd, some 3rd in there. Way I look at it, did the Browns probably try to shaft him in the beginning? Maybe. And I ain't talking about this game. I'm talking about like when they first drafted him. Maybe. But because did they really, like, if the reports are right that he didn't even get to, practice with any 1st stringers or something like that, he was always the old team, the red shirt team, and 3rd string and all that. That's one thing. But if I'm Shedeur, I'm doing my best to go to Los Angeles right now and then play behind Matthew Stafford. I promise you. Now, whether you can get over Stetson Bennett is one thing, but that's just an example. Because the way it's looking, I wouldn't want to be in Cleveland either way if I had a chance. Now, did they try to mess him up last night? No, not really. I don't think so. Mainly because one, to get back in the game is a good thing in and of itself. And if he would have played slightly better, he'd had a chance to win the game. It's just because he played so bad. And some of the main reasons why he played bad wasn't really necessarily because of the personnel. That was some of it, sure. But the other part of it is just is one of his clear weaknesses. He holds the ball too long. It's just he showed that during like his flashes of goodness when he played in this first preseason game. He holds the ball too long. It's just so Shedeur, could he have been a 1st round pick? I think, yeah, not necessarily 1st, 2nd, none of that miss, but Jackson Dart got picked up at the end of the 1st round. He didn't even have to go, but if Dart can get picked up in the end of the 1st round, he looked good in preseason. But before that, we didn't know that. He didn't. That could have been one. We see what happened with the Saints and the one they picked up. So I'm just like, if they can end up being 1st round picks, yeah, Shedeur could have went 1st round. Should it have been top 10? Probably not. Anywhere in the 1st round, cool. So after that being his 1st round, of course, 2nd, 3rd round at the latest. We can acknowledge that now. But as we can see now, based off of his games, he's not a slam dunk number 1 draft pick, 1st round, immediate start. It's not Shedeur. You can clearly see that he has some weaknesses in his game. So, with that being said, if I'm Shedeur, in my mind, he needs to just try his best to go somewhere anyway. Why? Because let's say he stays on the Browns and they cut Kenny Pickett, who hasn't played this offseason.
Apparently, they keep it all for him.
But just an example.
Oh.
So let's say keep, because I ain't gonna say they're gonna keep anything until after this 53-man roster is dropped this week. So let's say they keep him. If you kept, most likely you at best the 3rd string quarterback, because they're probably gonna start Pickett over you because they know what Pickett is. And even if they don't start Pickett over you, Dylan Gabriel is going to get a start for you. So we can go ahead and admit that after the way Gabriel looked last game and the way he looked in his first game, Dylan Gabriel is going to be a little higher on the depth chart. It's just the truth. So if he higher on the depth chart, and Flacco's starting, and they might put Kenny Pickett over you, that makes you a fourth stringer. Fourth stringers rarely ever see the field. So you want an opportunity to start or do something, he needs to try to find some other places to go to where you can at least be the third string quarterback. And I'm saying at least be the third string quarterback. You might not be able to go somewhere and be the immediate backup, but just go somewhere you can at least be the third string. Because then you might have a little minute chance, you play well in practice or whatever, to come up. Because in Brown's land, if he stay on this 53-man roster with 4 quarterbacks, we may not see him on the field. Period. Till next preseason. And I'm pretty sure that ain't what he wants. So he needs to try to go somewhere else. Now, if he gets cut, he can go wherever the heck he wants to. But just saying. And then in my mind, just as a small pride thing, I wouldn't want to stay on the team knowing that they got Dylan Gabriel above me anyway. I wouldn't want to stay on that team regardless, just because it seems like they slightly favor him a little bit more. Not necessarily just skills, but just it seems like they slightly favor him a little more. So I don't want to be there anyway. So my mind, he needs to find some other team to see if he can be their third string, which after the preseason and we see some of these garbage quarterbacks out here playing the game of football this preseason, there are some spots you can go. But,
let's be honest. The Saints on a full-on scale to lose to Arch Manning come. They are on a mission to get Arch Manning right now. They're like, we got you, grandpappy, we want you. So they gonna.
Yeah, I ain't even worried about
It's Tyler Shaw. They knew good and well. Tyler Shaw was like 26 years old rookie who wasn't even good at 25 in college. No hate to you, but you were falling all over the field.
They pretty much didn't cash it in, just to be fair. They didn't pretty much.
Shedeur got a lot to work on though, and hopefully he works on it because he is not athletic enough to be doing the stuff he be trying to do. He is.
I mean, they did warn him, hey, you can get away from them tackles and DBs and everybody in college. The NFL, you ain't running from them. No,
he couldn't do it in college. I'm gonna tell you right now. They went to the Alamo Dome. I live in Texas. They went to the Alamo Dome. I went to see them. BYU beat the hell out of them. That's all I know. And they played. BYU beat the. I'm like, oh, this is not good. But
I mean, to be fair, the rumor mill might say that. The rumor mill might say that. I genuinely don't think the Browns are keeping 4 quarterbacks. They can say that all they want. It's a 53-man roster. They probably ain't keeping them. Somebody getting dropped. And in my mind, it's either Shedeur or Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett ain't played barely anything. So they don't need to keep him.
Yeah, I think so they don't need accurate, him. By the way. I love his accuracy. Shedeur gets very accurate. His arm ain't the best. Accurate. His arm ain't the best.
You got to get better with the decision making, or basically know when to hold it, know when to fold it. And, trying to, the decision making, throw the ball away, and not trying to use his athleticism to get out of there. Like, you gotta get out there. But otherwise, like I said, they gonna cut it down to 3, like most teams do. I'm gonna keep 4 quarterbacks on your roster unless they redshirt them, which you really don't want there. You do not want to get redshirted. So therefore, they probably I don't know who they could. My mind is either Pickett or Shedeur. Because I don't think Dylan Gabriel is going anywhere. He's looked too good in the preseason as a whole for them to just get rid of him. And we already know Joe Flacco is just a placeholder. So
Watson on injured reserve for the whole year because he tore his ACL late in the
year. Yeah,
so
we ain't count. I don't count the shot.
He doesn't count for the roster. So they technically have 5, but Watson don't count because he's on reserve for the entire year.
Watson gonna get cut next offseason, so we ain't even worried about him.
Yeah. So and plus, like I said, he on reserve, so he don't count toward the roster. They just have to pay him a lot of money, so they can't cut him.
He'll get cut next offseason. It'll be low enough to where he can get cut.
Got cut today, which is weird that they gave him the chance to win the game when they cut him the next day. They knew they were.
I mean, just like in my mind, their mindset was probably let Shedeur ride out the rest of the game, but because he looked so bad, it was like, okay, look, we just take him out. Now that might have been a little short sighted. You might could have just because it's a preseason game. And they like it better.
You don't.
I'm like, it's the preseason thing. It ain't like it matters.
We're trying to win the game. Like, who cares? It's about developing young people. Who cares about it?
That's why I said, like, in my mind, they could have let him go back out there because like it didn't matter. Like it's a preseason game. But whatever. Like in that instance, you could say, yeah, they sort of shafted him because like, bro, it's a preseason game. It don't matter. Just go ahead and let him finish the game out. But whatever. They want to do it that way, they can do it that way. So I say that's the main part I can say that. Otherwise, we keep going.
Yeah. But and this leads to the same one. How do we feel about this rookie class so far? Because I know we ain't gonna talk about on the preseason show much. We're gonna mention it, but like I said, Jackson Dart probably ain't gonna start the season. Shedeur not gonna play. Cam Ward be the only starter, so we're not gonna really get into the rookies. I love Gentry. Like Scatterboo not gonna start this year. I don't know if he ever start, but he's not.
If you want me to be honest, middle of the pack. Like there was not a lot in this rookie class that really excited me to see off rip, even including Shedeur. Shedeur was just a lot of hype. It was a lot of hype around his name and everything that was going on and draft and all that. It was hype around Shedeur. Besides that, it's like, and even with that, it wasn't really a lot pure football skill wise. Then I was like, okay, I really got to see how he gonna do in this none of that. None of that. It wasn't Cam. It wasn't Shedeur, wasn't Jackson Dart, it wasn't Tyler Show, it wasn't out, and even Gentry didn't even do amazing because you're looking like if that's the offensive line that the Raiders are about to throw out there, it's gonna be a long day in the black hole. So I ain't even hopeful for the running back necessarily because I would have said the same thing about the Chargers' new running back, but their offensive line just took a blow. So I don't even know how they gonna roll. So it's not really a lot that I was looking forward to. And in the preseason, the best flashes we saw was a little bit from Cam and a bunch of Jackson Dart. Them are the best flashes I saw. Other than that,
yo, I ain't gonna lie. I told people before the draft. I wish I did some shows then, but I was busy. But Jackson Dart got the best arm by far. That man got a cannon. Shout out to my guy Dante Cope of Ohio in the chat. Shout out to 740. But yeah, Jackson Dart shined. Cam played well, but I don't know what about Tennessee Titans, but we did not see them at all. We did not see them at all. They didn't it was no highlights, it was no hype, it wasn't no ESPN. They didn't mention him because Jerry Jones took over all the highlights with his Michael Parsons situation, in which
because his foolishness, yeah.
I don't know what's going on with that because
they got 2 weeks, bro. They got 2 weeks. He might wait till the Sunday before to do it again, but he got 2 weeks.
Yeah. So
if Micah ain't paid by the beginning of the season, they're cooked for the year. You can go ahead and just roll that one on up and smoke it. And we ain't talking about we don't do drugs, but I'm just saying that take, you roll it up and throw it in the ether. If they don't have him signed by the first game of the season, they're cooked. Cooked.
Yeah, that's true. But
cooked.
I remember when I was younger, Steve McNair brought a lot of hype to the Titans when he was picked. So yeah. I don't know. Maybe they done fell off a little bit from there. Vince Young got hyped too. So I'm like, why is the number one pick and not getting hyped? And Cam Ward didn't play horrible. So it's not, I don't get it, but it was like,
I mean, he wasn't really amazingly exciting even in college. He wasn't amazingly exciting. He was like a solid quarterback. You look, okay, he's solid. You know, he might do good in the NFL. He might be able to last and all that, but he's like, I ain't really, finna go crazy. Like, no, it was more like he was one of those number one picks quarterback wise out of convenience. Like this was just a year where he would be able to shine as a number one overall draft pick based on the team that needed him and what he looked like and the lack of other significant quarterback talent in the draft. I mean, it's going to be crazy if we look back at the end of this year and be like, we were talking about the Giants for drafting Jackson Dart in the first round, like going back to get him what he could have been in the second. If they lo and hold be right, boy, we is gonna look so. And I'm just talking about the media in general.
I picked Jackson Dart to be a first round pick.
We are gonna be crazy. Then we're gonna be like, out of all the quarterbacks we were giving all that miss to, the Giants was the only one that was right.
He had the best arm. All the problem with Jackson Dart always was if it's good, he's amazing. But when he mess up, somebody else can mess up. But when he mess up, he get frustrated and he start just doing stupid shit. That's my only problem with Jackson Dart.
We shall see.
I'm not worried about Cam Ward working ethic. He was a 0-star player who became the man and then came over to Miami and became the man even more. So Cam Moore, I'm not worried about his work ethic. The guy got a dope story if y'all ever want to watch it. So go watch his story. But Gentry had a few plays. Scatterboo, I love the way he run, but I'm gonna be honest, my boy can't see the hole. He cannot find that hole, bro. I don't know what it is. Pause, but he couldn't find it. My boy just ran straight. He'll get you 2 or 3 because he gonna run hard. But I'm like, hey, bro, there's a gap right there, bro. Just cut. Just cut up. You good, my boy? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love Cam Moore's story. There's a few people's story. Horn up here in Carolina. That boy, 7th-round pick. I'm like, Shedeur, you had him and Travis on? I'm just looking
he
at
did.
it. But that offensive line was hard. But sometimes I watch him. I wonder if he hold the ball too long then and could they did better. If I don't know. I'm hoping, Shedeur. I hope you get your situation. I hope you improve and get better because I want to see you on the field. You're exciting. You got the swagger of your father, and it's dope. So I hope you do well. Jackson, though, I think gonna be a really good player. Cam Ward, I think he's gonna be a good player.
I know if you stay as a 4th stringer, you won't see a field. So
I don't think he was. I'm be honest with you. I don't think he was meant to see the field much anyway.
Otherwise, flip a coin to see who starts for the Saints. We'll go with that.
Shout out to Black Star. Listen, Saints trying to lose on purpose. They're gonna try to get rid of all the old players and try to get Archman. They want Archman, so I get it. Shout out to Black Star. For some reason I'm not seeing your messages. So, but shout out to Black Star in the X chat. Next topic we got up, of course, it's the offseason topic that we all love to talk about because some reason this came up a lot. Is Kobe Bryant overrated or is he overhated? For people that don't know, it's been a lot about Kobe Bryant. We do have this list. The best players in the NBA by year. Of course, y'all see this. I don't like this list. Tim Duncan in 2005 was the best player in the league. I don't know where that came from. I don't know how Shaq wasn't the best player in 2001 either. I don't know who made this list. Steph Curry in 2018. I don't know how that's not on here. So this list is awful to me. But because I don't know how Tim Duncan is not on this list or Steph Curry in 2018 specifically. 2018 Steph Curry. And I don't know how Shaq is not 2001. And I don't know how
Craziness.
Tim Duncan is not at least twice on this list, but 2005 specifically. I don't know how Tim Duncan did not own this list. It's insane to me. So, or 2003. Was it 2002 or 2003 they won a championship? Whatever year they won a championship that year, he almost got a quadruple double in the final. So the question is, Jeff Teague said Kobe didn't play defense all 11 years. He played it when he first started, but he wasn't as good later in the year. Yes, because he's like, I played the man. You see people telling you that Kobe Bryant the best player in the league. You see people saying Kobe Bryant really wasn't all that. It was a giant argument about Kobe Bryant and Tracy McGrady back in 2001 being argued who was better, which actually happened, by the way. So I don't know why people argue with that because David Aldridge, there are literally clips of SportsCenter asking who would you rather have on the team, Kobe or T-Mac? And then T-Mac saying he could have won championship if he had Shaq. A bunch of situations that brought up Kobe Bryant's name as his birthday was yesterday. So Bean, rest in peace. But it's an off-season topic. I want to give everybody's perspective, but was Kobe Bryant overrated or overhated, my man?
Neither. He was neither one. Kobe was perfectly accepted as the Mamba that he was at the time he was alive and everything. All of this, and I'm gonna be fair, all of this notoriety and recent comeuppance of Kobe and legacy and how good he was and all that, all of this has just come up recently. This did not happen while he was with us. Let's keep this a being. When he was with us, nobody was out there clamoring for Kobe to be the best man for 10 straight years or the best. Nobody was out here clamoring that. Nobody was clamoring and saying Kobe was the GOAT or nothing. Kobe was a very respected player. Nobody, not even himself, was clamoring for this like that, like it is now. No. So this notion, like right now, you could say that some Kobe arguments are getting to where he is overrated. Like, we went to where, like, you can look at this list. There's no way Kobe was the best player in the world for 10 straight, for not even just 10 straight years. 11 straight years. You cannot sit here and tell me Kobe was the best player in the world. Like, not all those years. Not years where Tim Duncan literally was a finals MVP, man, was killing the league. The year where Shaq still was the dang near the most dominant force in the NBA and still got a finals MVP and still destroyed during that final. You cannot tell me that. Like, that don't make sense. Like, no, you cannot argue this. I don't even know who Bleacher Report asked for this freaking list, but you know that's a lie. There's just no way you can argue some of these people being the best player during all of those respective years. And so it's the thing of Kobe, like, I love Kobe. Kobe's not the GOAT. Like, we have to come and accept him. We know this. We know Kobe is not the GOAT. He's a GOAT, not the GOAT. There is a difference. Like, no, you cannot sit here and say Kobe is the best player in NBA history, where the person that he most modeled his game off of is better in him in dang near every way. Like, there's just no way you can equate that. Like, there's just no way. Like, you cannot say he's the GOAT when Jordan was a better defender than he was. Dang near a better scorer than he was. We know we got the 80-point game, 6-point game. Dang near more efficient than he was. One more than he did. Did it first with his coach. No, like, you cannot do this. This is not even something that should be a debate. It shouldn't even be a debate. The only thing that you should be debating is if, where, and if Kobe is in your top 10 of NBA players all time. Because that was the only debate, and then it got worse. Like, that was the only debate, whether Kobe was somewhere between 11 and 15 or 7 and 10. That was it. That was the only real debate people used to have. Now people are like Kobe should be top 5. To where now people are like Kobe's number 1. It's like people, and to be fair, the people saying Kobe is number 1 are probably people that are probably like a little bit more delusional than everybody else. But there's just no way that you can make that argument. That should be it. The only argument should be whether Kobe is somewhere between 7 and 15. That is it. There should be no other argument around Kobe and his legacy. We all know who Kobe was. We all know how great he was. But some of this recent nonsense, bruh, we got to stop.
Let's do 2001 to 2002. Kobe averaged 25, 5, and 5. In the playoffs, he averaged 29, 7, and 5. It's respectable. Shaq averaged 27, 10, and 3. In the playoffs, he averaged 37, 12, and 4. Shaq won Finals MVP by a lot.
I don't understand what they're talking about. Like, Bleacher Report I understand the media, not just in sports. I understand the media fabricates and does stuff specifically to get a rise out of people. I get it. Lord, it worked, because there's just no argument you can make to say that Kobe was the best player for 11 straight years. Bruh, stop.
They said they polled 107 Hall of Famers. So
stop.
But my whole spiel is, I'm like, Tim Duncan, not in 2005, Steph in not 2018. I think the Kobe argument, I agree with you. I think Kobe is slated where he's supposed to be, but it's been skewed to a point where either people started like trying to disrespect him too much, or they just overly love him and it just evens out. Even though it's starting to get more love because he passed away before. But Kobe was an amazing player, so I don't want nobody to ever think he wasn't. Kobe was amazing. But I don't know, saying he was the best player for 11 years is insane to me. So I don't know who made that. I think they said Bleacher Report. I don't even know if that's true, but I just want to put that over there. The Joe Budden podcast channel said Kobe is just like Hove is the most overrated player of all time. No wonder Joe loves him.
Overrated.
But I feel like this argument is the same.
First off, no, I don't feel like Kobe's the most overrated player in all time. Now, it's because of all this recent nonsense, people are starting to stick his name in that boat. But no, he's not the most overrated player in all of them. Most overrated player. That's tough. Listen. It's tough. It's a few people that I would want to say, but I don't know the most. Like, because Kobe ain't the only one that's been overrated a lot in recent memory. Russell Westbrook. has also been overrated a lot in recent memory, especially because of the one MVP that he got to his name, which you blatantly know some of it was stat pad. So you know, you can hate it all you want, but it's the truth. And other than that MVP, Westbrook has never been put on anybody's top anything list for the most part, other than the most tenacious or hardworking or, you know, always leaves every part of him out on the floor and stuff like that. That's just an example. You could say Steve Nash, you know, to some degree because of the back-to-back MVPs, and one of them he basically stole. Like, you know, you could say him. I've seen everything from LeBron, you know, even putting in the most overrated player in NBA history, just because of the amount of arguing that happens around LeBron's name and legacy. Even that makes more sense than just saying Kobe. Boy, this recent nonsense over the last 3 years has really been the problem as to why Kobe's name has been brought up and all that kind of stuff. This never occurred anywhere before the end, bro. Never.
Yeah. I do like this statement that Stewart said. I feel like the argument is the same as trying to say Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. Listen, Josh Allen, I don't even know how people argue that. I don't know how you argue. Listen, Josh Allen can't beat the one dude. He literally is like 0-4 in the playoffs against this one dude who we put ahead of him. I don't know. That's ESPN, bro. They got like a
matter of fact, give it one more year. Matter of fact, not to cut you off. Give it one more year, and they keep going the way that they're going. Anthony Edwards gonna be the one to take that title of most overrated player in the league. Go one more year with them people want to call him the GOAT and all that kind. Give it one more year, he gonna be right there. One more. If they keep going the way they are, he'll be right there.
How you feel about the Stewart's Josh Allen point?
Look, ain't nobody paying attention to that. Nobody with any kind of football knowledge is ever gonna put Josh Allen anywhere near the top of football greatest quarterback on the league. Nobody's gonna do that as long as Patrick Mahomes is there until they beat Patrick Mahomes, get a ring, and then at least start the conversation. At least start the conversation.
You can't be 0-4 against a man in playoffs and say I'm better than you. Ain't no
like, yeah. You're gonna talk about somebody is the greatest quarterback in the league, but his direct rival contemporary not only has 2 Super Bowl rings,
3 Super
5. Oh, he has 2.
He had 3.
He had 3? Oh, I missed. Hold up. 1, 2. I thought he had.
Yes, he has 3.
I thought it was 2.
Hold up.
I might be short of 1.
Yes, hold up. Has he lost? No, he's won more than he lost. So he has 3.
He's 3-2.
He won back to back. Remember before he lost this year?
Yeah. I'm forgetting the first one, but yeah. So his contemporary has 3 Super Bowl rings.
The rest of the league got 4, by the way, of starting quarterback.
He has 3 Super Bowl rings, and what does he have? 2 MVPs or 1?
I think 2 MVP. He got his early years. He won a lot more MVP.
Yeah, he got 1. No, I'm just saying. He has 3 Super Bowl rings.
In 2018, 2022, he got 2 MVPs.
Okay, so all right. He has 3 Super Bowl rings, 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 regular season MVPs. And Josh Allen just got his first regular season MVP. Has never beaten their contemporary in the playoffs. And now you want to talk about he's the best quarterback in the league for what reason? And he just lost again to the same man that he had the opportunity to beat.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, if you can't beat me, you cannot be the best player in the league. This man, he hasn't even been to Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes has been to what, 5 of the last 6?
Yeah, 5.
What I'm saying? Like, you ain't even got to the dance where this man got to all of the dances. People arguing that you shouldn't even got the MVP last year because Lamar Jackson stat wise was. And if Mark Andrews don't drop the ball, you don't even beat Lamar Jackson ever. So I don't know, man.
It's all I can say.
By the way, I like Josh Allen. I think he's great. I picked him in my fantasy because I believe in him that much. But Josh Allen can win 2 Super Bowls. He's still behind Mahomes. Because he lost to him 4 times. And Mahomes still have more Super Bowls. And more MVPs unless you win 2 in a row. So if you're that far behind in just winning MVPs, you still 1 behind. Super Bowls, you 3 behind. Making to Super Bowls, you 5 behind. You can win the next 2, you still behind him. I cannot call you the best. And then you can be like, he coached through the regular season because I ain't gonna lie, in the preseason, he don't play preseason this year. He played He looked like he on a mission this year. He looked like he ain't fat this year. so I'm like, it might be a little dangerous. I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes. Like, it might be a little dangerous there. But yeah, I like the Josh Allen argument. And Kobe, RP, like I said, you are an amazing player. I don't know where these conversations came from because it comes from Gilbert Arenas show. We know where it came from. I'm not gonna lie. It's come from Gil show and all the trauma. But we got 2 more topics we're gonna get out of here. Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, and Paige Buckner. The reason this is a topic, this has been a topic all offseason. Why? Because Caitlin Clark played, let's just be honest, she didn't play well this year. She had almost as many turnovers as assists. I think she shot 30% from 3. She shot like 32% overall. She didn't play well. Angel Reese started off awful. God awful did she start. And she picked it up toward the middle of the year, and she's been playing decent. Because I don't know, she missed a bunch of layups earlier in the year, but now she's done picked it up again. Paige Buckner is a rookie, but she just dropped 44 and like 7. She's like on a mission. She's showing y'all what happened before she tore them ACLs at UConn. Why they picked her to be the next face of the league. So, Mara, your thoughts on the Caitlin Clark? And by the way, I did want to bring this up too because today it was announced that the WNBA ratings is still up for most teams. The attendance is still way up. More people have known there is a Caitlin Clark effect. It is a little bit of an Angel Reese effect too. Paige is also bringing a few people. Hopefully, Juju brings some more people. Caitlin by far the biggest. Angel by far the second biggest, and then it kind of falls off by a lot. But they still bringing attention to it. But your thoughts on this WNBA season, even though we ain't paid it? Aja Wilson has been playing amazing, by the way. The girls in Indiana have been playing Ollie and all them girls been playing amazing too. So shout out to them.
I'm happy that well, okay. Let me preface my comment saying, like I said, I'm cool with the WNBA and all, and I don't really have any kind of ill will towards them whatsoever. So I'm happy that Paige has been able to ball out, and her stats have been able to be seen a little bit more because Caitlin hasn't been playing as much because of injury. Hope she gets well soon. With that being said, this isn't changing the trajectory of the WNBA, in my opinion, because without Caitlin being there, they're getting the same general amount of notoriety that they normally get, which, if I'm wrong, you can tell me I'm wrong, which isn't enough to generate them getting any kind of change, or at least the changes that they're wanting. So, like, it's just because Angel Reese alone just is not going to get them the kind of popularity and notoriety that they want without her doing something controversial. It's just the truth. And we're seeing that because they've went down in the media, from compared to the amount of publicity and popularity that they used to get even a couple months ago. Like, they just aren't getting it. And if they're not getting that kind of popularity when the season of NBA, NFL isn't starting, bro, in a week, they will be forgotten. Because
the season's finna end anyway. That's usually end toward the football season.
No, I'm just saying, like, they're going to be forgotten because we're going to go through the WNBA playoffs and finals, and nobody will give a squat because their popularity just isn't going to be there for people to care. Even though Paige Buckner is going bananas, Angel Reese has been doing a lot better compared to how she started off the year and everything. Like, bro, I get it, but they're just not going to get that publicity. They're just not popular enough. And I'm just talking about those stars. They're just not. Caitlin Clark.
I just looked at the WNBA stats. League official announced Thursday the league's 13 teams have drawn a total of 2,501,609 fans over 226 games, surpassing the previous mark that was set in 2002 when the league had 16 teams. It also took the WNBA 256 games to reach this milestone in 2002, so less games. The popularity exploded initially because of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese rivalry. Caitlin Clark and the storyline they had, and then people saw Caitlin Clark look like them. She played like Steph Curry. She's fun to watch, by the way. She's very fun to watch. She's 100% sold out type person. While Clark and Reese have both been hurt this season, Angel Reese has also been hurt. Ticket sales haven't slowed thanks to the rival. I think viewership has went down. There hasn't been as many a million viewed games, but it's still up compared to what it was. So
I mean, yeah, and think about it. That's the first time it's been that way since 2002. That's 23 years.
Yeah.
23 years. And that's because them two rookies and came into the league. Like, bro, it's literally those rookies are the key to their popularity and their relevancy. And I'm saying relevancy because without them, the WNBA was not relevant in people's eyes. Not in reality, but in people's eyes. It just was not. So if without that level of popularity and stuff, they're just not, because they just turned down a deal, you know, that gave them more revenue shares, that gave them more money that they made, and they wanted more. They want more than that. And the truth of the matter is they're not generating enough publicity and popularity to warrant that level that they're asking for. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. And it's especially true without Clark being there.
Yeah.
No, it's just true. I'm saying Reese is there too, but Reese and Caitlin Clark, Reese and Clark are popular for two separate reasons, and we understand it. So, and the problem when you look at it, Clark can be popular on her own by just playing basketball. Generally, Angel Reese is popular because of everything except basketball. Even though she is a very skilled player in and of herself, she's popular in spite of just basketball skills and everything of that nature. Like, she gets more popularity when she plays bad. She gets more popularity when she does something questionable outside of it. Like, you know, when she was recently, quote unquote, twerking, something like that. She's more popular with those aspects because they trend more and everything, rather than when she goes on the game and she gets 20 and 15, which is crazy, but it's the truth.
To be fair, she doesn't play exciting basketball, so I get it.
No, she don't. But I'm just saying, like, in general, that's the not consequences, but that's the ultimate result of the game that they play. Like, she don't play exciting basketball. Her basketball skills doesn't get the same reactions that Caitlin's and other stuff does in there. So it's unfortunate.
Dropping half court threes and shit.
Yeah, I say it's just unfortunate. And because the way that the league, and this includes the NBA, is the way that the league and NBA is now, flashy skills make more money. Like, this is like a step, not an actual Steph Curry league, but this is a Steph Curry now league where, you know, instead of the jump man, you know, everybody want to dunk, now everybody want to shoot. So when your skills are flashy and you're able to do those kind of things to generate that flashiness, you're more popular. Unfortunately, is what I'm saying. Angel's skills aren't as flashy, so she doesn't get that popularity from her pure skills.
Probably debate too. That's why, it'd be honest, that's the reason Tim Duncan wasn't in 2005. Tim Duncan was a better player that year, but he shot off the backboard and
Mr. Fundamentals.
Yeah, so. Oh, Angel Reese, really good basketball player. I don't know what was up the beginning of the year. I don't know if she was, like, we talked about it. We did talk about that on the show, but she did. We probably thought she was struggling because she was mentally getting attacked more. But if she embraced the roles when she played well. So, like I said, embrace the role of being the heel. Y'all the Magic and Bird of the league right now. Even though your game ain't flashy, but they like to do the whole 1980s type of deal where the black people support Angel, the white people support Caitlin Clark, and the league grew off of it. And then come Michael Jordan, who I'm saying Juju Watkins, if healthy, will be that for y'all because she's super fun to watch. If y'all ain't watched it yet, she ain't playing this year because she tore ACL at the end of like the training camp. But when she come back next year and she make the league, if she anywhere near where she is, she do like the up and under layups and all the other stuff. She do all that stuff that's fun to watch. She hit half court threes too. So if y'all can hold out and please, for the love of God, WNBA, market them better. Please market them better. You should have Castanet doing live streams with the Aces and Angel Reese and having him in front row so he can stream the games on his Twitch channel to get whatever thing you need for them. Just do little things. You probably don't have to pay much for it. Just do cool things like that. Market them two better, and then market Paige and Juju better. You got it. But we'll see how y'all do it. You see how y'all market it. If it works out, like I said, you can have your Magic and Bird situation if you do it right. So, yeah, everybody want to watch shooters. So, like, nobody want to watch a rebounder person do layups and stuff. So, I have no problem with that. But the rivalry make it interesting, even though they technically don't play each other, which they don't hold each other ever. So, because they play guard and what's his name, but it's fun. We got how many more we got? I think we got one more topic. Man, we getting out of here. We have gambling. Malik Beasley has been found I guess, innocent in a way. I don't know if it's quite innocent, but he is no longer a target in a gambling operation in which cost him $40 million because he got cut by the Pistons. I think it was the Pistons, right? He was going to get a $40 million contract, and they took it away. And you also see Gilbert Arenas, who also this offseason got with some Israeli group, and they did some illegal gambling in his house that he rented out. So it's a lot going on gambling-wise, gambling in sports. Munray, your thoughts?
On like whether the gambling or the podcast is ruining sports. Which one you want me to comment on?
Both of them. Let's just get it out because it's both the same thing.
But
I do too. I love Bird. I love Bird. I love Larry Bird.
Let's go this route.
What's up, Mike?
In my mind, what the heck? Work. There we go. Gambling, unfortunately, is simply a part of sports. At this point, it's a part of sports. It's not really a way you're going to be able to separate the two. They're too greatly intertwined. Like, even if the sports media don't want to admit it, a good chunk of the money of sports comes from betting. It is what it is. Now, sports people should not bet on themselves, if you can afford it. You really shouldn't even bet. And I'm saying sports, but people that actually played in the league. That's what I mean. Really shouldn't bet on themselves, mainly because if you played in the league, you should have enough money to where you shouldn't even need to bet. Let's just keep it a beat. You shouldn't even have enough money to be able to have to bet. You shouldn't have it. It shouldn't even be a thought in your mind. That's one.
Michael Porter Jr., brother.
And then your family members betting on. Look, family members, I somewhat think of them as regular people. Like, even if they know a little bit, they don't.
In the league though, so he was in the league. So
but I say, now if you play in the league, you separate. Like, if you just family members of somebody, you different. But if you played in the league, you shouldn't even be betting in the league because you know things about it, whether it be good things or bad things and all that. You shouldn't even be a part of it. Otherwise, so that's one thing. You shouldn't even be betting in the league and then to begin with it. And then you getting caught in it, all it does is tarnish your name, whether you're a great player, a lesser player, person that has any kind of platform or anything. All it does is tarnish your name. Even if it's something that a lot of people do, it just tarnishes your name. Just straight up. Well, it shouldn't even be a bother. Like, oh my goodness, no. But as far as the sport podcast, I'm saying it like this. This might be a bit of a controversial take. First, there should be a rule. If you are currently playing in the league, you should not be have a podcast. I'm sorry, that flat out. You might not like that. You might be disagreeing. I'm gonna be real. If you are currently playing in the league, you should be banned from having a podcast. Straight up, that should be in your contract. Just because I have yet see the positive in a current player having a podcast. I just have not seen the positive out of it yet. Whether it's Draymond Green, whether it's Paul George, take your pick of any football player that's currently playing. I have not seen the benefit of it, other than it just being a distraction. Because why? Because the great players don't never do it. They don't have their own personal podcast. They rarely go on them because they focus on the game. And so I just don't see it. I don't really see the point of it and anything of that nature. And then the problem with it is that it might be strange to say, but the sports podcasters may be some of the most biased fans we have seen on media. I mean, heavily biased. No matter if they're biased towards their own teams, they're biased towards particular players, they're biased. It is just astounding. Some of the stuff that we be seeing. And then, of course, they overcrowd the market because, I'm already of the mindset, even though we're on a podcast, that there are just almost too many podcasts to where it's hard to eke out a living in the podcast world because there's so many in any given medium that you want to talk about. So,
And most of y'all failed. We saw the Paul George podcast end.
Because he played like Pandemic P. That's why, doggone it. That's why it fails.
Micah
Playing like Pandemic P.
Micah podcast is probably the one only active player podcast I think that actually succeeded.
And that's because he's embroiled in something. He's literally in a snafu on his own. That's why he is fine. Because he's in a snafu. So we want to see what he's talking about because he got a owner that's doing questionable tactics. So yeah, his is fine because he ain't in nothing right now. Once he starts playing, he don't need to be on it no more. What are you gonna talk about when it's if I'm not gonna say when. If the Cowboys are 3-5, and then you're gonna be on the podcast, we're like, what's the point then? They were like, no, we don't want to talk about your woes. We want you to get out there and take out a quarterback. Like, it don't do no benefit for current players to be on podcasts most of the time unless they're embroiled in entanglements or controversy or crazy things going on in media. It never benefits them. It just isn't.
And it usually ends up, Micah said that Dak went in his top 10 quarterback list. Down here in where I live, that's a big deal. Everybody talk about it all week. And some no drama while
I mean, to be fair, he's up there in Cowboy land in Texas, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so you'll hear that a lot because all of a sudden it just, oh, he said this, and then you got to do 100 interviews about it. They're asking Dak, they're asking him about it. It's just a distraction. But like I said, he's used to Jerry, where Jerry Jones always throwing out something to cause a distraction, so he's used to it. It gets attention, but again, it doesn't help you win. But like Paul George, Monterey, no. I'm a 76ers fan. When he did his podcast, I'm up here mad he did it. And then he had the nerve who was eliminated from the playoffs to say he gonna end his podcast to focus on winning games. I'm like, we eliminated. What are you talking about? We already eliminated.
Oh my gosh. Man, they got me.
You should have started your podcast at this time. You shouldn't end it. It should start. The season over. I wouldn't even care at this point. Because we have no mathematical way to get in the playoffs. You can start a podcast now. We don't care. To the fact that you said to end it to focus on the playoffs, and then you end up getting hurt anyway. I'm sitting there like, oh my God. Then like the Micah situation, his podcast probably gonna pop off when if it comes back early this year. So far it's been off, but he probably ain't worried about it because he's trying to get his Jerry Jones money. His podcast will pop off this week because for some reason Jerry Jones live in some weird world where he don't have to talk to an agent, which I have never heard in my life. With me and you talking, I'm like,
man, it is just we all know at this point it is freaking it's publicity. Man just wants to be famous.
He doing interviews. He doing like how are you doing an interview? How are you on a tour, a marketing tour for not signing someone?
Like, I'll tell you one thing, they know how to do publicity, man. It's crazy.
This man is literally in Michael Irvin's. He's doing Stephen A. Smith show. He's on a tour right now talking about not paying someone. Talking Michael, if you had the nerve to tell Michael Irvin that if you can bring Mike in, we can talk. No, I want my agent. I pay this man to talk. Why are you? Who on earth has an agent who is used to doing this? This is his job. He literally got one of the greatest scam contracts ever in Deshaun Watson contract. This is the same guy. Michael, like, I trust this dude. He scammed y'all. And you like, I don't want to talk to him. Is it like, I saw a conspiracy theory that maybe the agents don't like Michael's agent, who is Deshaun Watson's contract on. Even though he worked for the same agency that CeeDee Lamb is, it's not the same guy, but it's the same agency. So I'm like, you should be able to work with them. But maybe
you know what's stupid? You know what's stupid? They say we can say all of that. They traded for George Pickens, right? You know who George Pickens' agent is, right? The same agent. Same agent. So, like, if they extend George Pickens, they're going to talk to the same agent. You know how pointless this is? It's literally pointless.
You can call the agent whatever, but it's his agent. There's nobody. No one in life has an agent except for.
Oh, and then Stewart, let me be real with you. All agents are tools. That's their purpose. They're all tools. Their
They
purpose
do.
is to literally go and make money for their representative. They're all tools. That is exactly what they're supposed to be. Not mad at you, Stewart. I'm saying that's exactly what they're supposed to be. And the fact that Jerry now all of a sudden wants to go around one, man just found another way for publicity.
Does it not sound suspicious that the man don't want to talk to the agent? Like, we made a deal with me. Yes, man, you talked about a deal, and we kind of agreed to it. But now I need my agent to work out the other shit. Like, you can't just tell me a number and that's it. Like, what else is in this contract? Like, that's the whole thing. Murray, if Overall99, keep it 99, because we got to deal with, let's say, one of the booking agents, the sports booking agents, right? I'm gonna get an agent for us, right? They're gonna tell us a number, and we're gonna be, we like that number, but we're gonna get the agent or the lawyer. We're gonna hire a lawyer or agent to work out all the other crap in between. You know what I mean?
That's literally their purpose.
You know what I'm saying? We might agree on a number. We might agree on the number that we said. Okay, you said we're gonna get paid $250,000. We like that number. That's what we think we're worth now. We agree to it, but send it to my lawyer or my agent.
You still got to work out the fine-tuned details, the absolute money, the guarantees, how much to get. Man, please stop. Like, stop. That man needs to stop. Like, that man ain't stupid. I mean, I'm not going to play the game. That man is not stupid. That man know what he doing. It's publicity. Because he know, ultimately, he going to need to pay him, or it's a wrap.
By the way, he went on Michael Irvin's show the day the Cowboy special came out, the documentary.
That man know what he's doing.
People want to talk about it. Jerry just do this crap on purpose to just
pure publicity.
Yeah,
pure publicity.
Yeah, it's like everything he does, he admitted to it. He like, listen, I'm here to make money. I'm like, he ain't here to win. And yo, if you watch that documentary, the delusion that man had. Jimmy Johnson, like, I picked the player. Jerry, like, I have to sign off on it. I'm like, yeah, but I picked him. I don't care who you sign off on. And then Murray, it's a scene when they won that last Super Bowl, and with Jimmy Johnson was celebrating, and everybody was thanking Jimmy. It was like, Jimmy, remember he held the trophy up? Jerry looked pissed and walked off. I don't know if y'all seen this. They showed the video because they showed a lot of behind the scenes stuff. Murray, I have never seen an owner look pissed that everybody gave this other man credit, and then he fired him. And
they haven't been good ever since.
And then they won the Super Bowl with Barry Swiss after, and then never won again.
They haven't been good since.
Final sense.
Yeah, Stewart, they are in for themselves. I mean, that's just how the relationship goes. I care about the player to the point to where I care how much money I can make you, because ultimately that makes money for me. So yeah, they care about the players to an extent, like, because that's what their job revolves around. So they have to care about the player because they have to care about the player not doing something stupid, to jeopardize themselves and their own well-being. So they do have to care about the players. It's just you care about them to an extent business-wise. Now, some of them might care about them more personally, like Rick, when it comes to LeBron James' agent or whatever. Like, they've been cool for years. Like, so there's something like that. Like, yeah, they'll be so cool because you've been my agent through thick and thin or whatever. We got in a personal, cool relationship. That's something like that. But if they're just the agent for, just trying to get you somebody for like, because normally stars keep the same agent through multiple contracts and all that kind of stuff, basically for their career. They don't try to switch agents unless something went wrong. So yeah, they generally do care about them decently to an extent. Like, ain't no agent finna go get a player and be an agent for a player that they don't like, because they're gonna be like they really don't want to be around or something. They were like, bro, if I don't see any kind of investment in it that's gonna pay off for both of us, then the point of me getting around there.
I just don't like the idea that Jerry keep telling us that he don't need the agent. I'm like, no, that's not how this works. That's why you need a general manager. It's a reason why owners and players don't directly make contracts and deals, because of this crap. It becomes dramatic. The man pretending to be asleep on the sideline could cause disruption, and you sitting outside, I'll just put the franchise tag on the next 3 years. He ain't going nowhere, so he'll just be here.
Then they're gonna make him sit out, and then they're gonna be upset then.
I'm just gonna be honest. It's not a good idea for Jerry to ever. It's not a good idea for an owner to be a general manager. It's never is.
No, but the sad fact about it, now Jerry has started a precedent to where players aren't even gonna be comfortable talking to owners now without agents present.
Yeah, like we had
Well,
a deal.
at least when it comes about money. When it comes about money and contracts, they're not even gonna be wanting to talk about them personally. Not because Jared started this president.
But he started a lot of bad precedents. Like, for instance, the
Yeah,
players.
he has. He
The
has. I'm just
players
saying.
going to the owner to tell them their problems, and he undermined the coaches. He done did that a lot. Bill Parcells got pissed about it. I remember hearing them story. Like, he does this weird crap. Like, why are you talking to the owner about me? No, I'm the coach. What are we doing? It's all weird. Cowboy, I don't see the Cowboy winning. I love Dak Prescott, by the way. Mississippi State boy. We was at Black Beach when he got beat up Murray. I don't know if he was there, but I will. It was great. By the way, I saw him like an hour before. It was great. Shout out Dak. He was dope. He was dope when we met him. I don't know why I remember he got beat up, but there was a reference to when I met him that day. So that's why I remember it so well.
Danger.
But he was a real cool dude. I like Dak. So to me, he's a real good quarterback. He was second place MVP. I know people like to put the narrative out that he sucked, but when he was healthy, he was second place in MVP. So
no, the thing about it, one, you're on the Cowboys, so it's either you're great or you suck. There's no in between. And because you're the quarterback, you're gonna get even more of that. The other half of it is very simple. You know, in the league, you either win, you're mid, or you suck. Dak is in the mid. He's not really like he's a fine quarterback. He's in the mid, but because you're in Dallas Cowboy land and they don't have mid, they have great and they have suck. That is it.
I mean, like I said, it ain't many people get second place in MVP. I'm just saying.
Like, I mean, we keeping it being Dak, and realistically, it's probably like somewhere between
9 and 12.
I say like 8 and 15 in the quarterbacks in the league, somewhere between 8 and 15, which is great. That means you're an above average quarterback to possibly a top 10 quarterback. But unfortunately, that ain't good enough, you know, unless the team around you is good or unless your fan base supports it. And the fan base of the Cowboys is either you are great or you suck. No in between.
And
now, my bad. And last thing, he'll get rid of that if they actually make it to the NFC Championship game. But until then, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah, I agree with that because Romo, people forget Romo never won much either. Neither one of them won. But when Dak got there, everybody like, when Dak played bad, everybody like, I miss Romo. I'm like, they got just as far. Dak got
delusional, man. It's just delusional, man.
Dak got closer. Romo got closer to winning a playoff game, and Dak got closer to MVP. So I'm like, if you don't win the playoff game, you don't win the MVP.
It was because when Dak first got there, you know, he got close to getting to the NFC Championship game when he first got there. So, you know, he had the hope, but now the hope has waned a bit. Now it's like, oh,
yeah, he was.
Need more hope.
Like I said, Dak was so good. He almost got second place MVP, but he got hurt. He got like a issue where you get hurt, and then it just throws him off. So.
Yeah, he's had some injury concerns.
And his whole game, like you watching Mississippi State, his whole game was like being able to run and move. So the more knee injuries he got, the worse it is. So that's unfortunate for him in the situation. I think if Dak was healthy, he'd be higher on the list. But like I said, he's a mobile quarterback. He does what Shedeur does, except he's way stronger and more athletic than Shedeur and can do it actually. So he can get away with it. But with the knee injuries, he ain't anymore. So sometimes he tries it and don't look as good. And he ends up not looking as good as he used to. So unfortunate for that. And like Murray said, he's in Dallas. So unfortunate.
Yeah, that's how that goes.
But that's our off-season review. That's everything that happened this off-season. I know SB was talking about, because I don't want to be rude to my guy SB. I know he was talking about the situation. Well, we went over all that. So shout out to you. Do you practice the events before you go in the ring? No practice, no communication, no understanding. It's amateur. We were saying that. We said that's why we saying their promotion probably gonna have a lot of legal trouble from this, because everything you're saying right there is 100% true. The guy did walk up to him and tell him to knock him out. We went over there. All this documented, by the way. That's the crazy one. The dude telling him to knock him out and what he said, I think the word was fuck him up. so that documentation is having the words on the stream on video of some dude telling you, the dude in the hat telling you to fuck him up when you get in the ring, and then you do it. It's an indictment. I appreciate you, Stewart. We're probably gonna do more of these. But like I said, Saturday for Make It Make Sense. the podcast, so be there.
Yeah.
I might put them on the sports channel too. I don't know if you on the sports channel or the regular channel. I'll look at the end and then I'll tell Murray to put it
Appreciate
on.
you, Stewart.
So appreciate you. Appreciate my guy SSB, Nick, all y'all that's in the chat. I know it's late Sunday, it's weird, and I didn't kind of advise it, but I'm like, yo, we got a lot of off-season stuff. We can get back in the groove of talking sports because we back in sports next week. So I'm like, yo, Monterey, let's get together and get back in talking sports. So I appreciate Monterey for coming.
Yeah.
And
you already know sports we here.
Yeah. So Monterey, where can they find you?
You already know. It's your boy Monterey Hudson there, where it says Monterey Hudson. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, as it still exists. And of course, on Make It Make Sense, the podcast, the podcast, Saturdays around 5-ish. We on YouTube and we on Facebook, and I'm on Twitch on Monterey Hudson as well. But Make It Make Sense, the podcast on Saturday, going through the sports predictions week. Time to make your bets, predict your Super Bowls, predict your winners. You already know.
Let's go. I picked the Chiefs the year before. I picked my Eagles to lose in the Super Bowl, but I'm happy to be wrong about that. I might pick them to lose again. I might pick them to lose again. Fly Eagles fly, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know how you get as a fan. Hey, I'm picking my team to lose in the Super Bowl, though, just to make sure. Saquon Barkley get 2,000 yards. Let's go. But I appreciate you, Stu. I appreciate everybody. Overall99, follow the channels, keep it 99, all the news, anywhere Overall99 gaming channel. Probably be on that soon. The sports channel, y'all be there. My boy got the Bengals, the best offense in the league with the worst defense, 100%. I appreciate you, my guy. We I get it, man. You a homer, man. I get it. I'm close to Dallas, and I'm an Eagles fan, so that's fun for me. I try to take bets with like 8 different people at work, $100 a piece.
Yeah,
because the Cowboys play Eagles week 1.
I ain't gonna lie. That game's gonna have so many bets behind it, boy. It's gonna be nasty.
I bet 8 people $100 a piece and say I'll lose 800 on this game. And I bet each one of y'all $100 a piece. Nobody bet me. I was disappointed. Y'all ain't got no faith in y'all Cowboys. Y'all ain't got no faith. 8 of y'all.
They not some Cowboys fans ain't that crazy right now. They hopeful, but they ain't that crazy right now.
Bro, I was willing to give up a 7-point thing. If we win by 6, I lose $100 a piece. I thought about going 10, but I ain't that crazy. Not that. No, I ain't that crazy. A field goal at the end of the game can ruin my 10 points, so I ain't gonna do that.
Yeah, but I'm like the way that the scale is looking like they're favored by a touchdown, roughly. Something like that.
I'll give y'all 7, and I was telling them I can give y'all 7. We can still do $100 a piece.
It's because the situation right now is too flimsy. You don't know what Micah's situation is gonna be. You don't know what the running game gonna look like, and if Micah's not there, their defense is looking heck of suspect. So you know,
yeah, I was willing to do the 7 point though. 10, I can't give y'all 10. I can't give y'all 10. If we win by 6, y'all still win the bet. I'm like, I can't give y'all 10 though. Can't give y'all 10.
We shall see. We have a countdown of 13 days. Matter of fact, I don't think it's 13 anymore. It's a week and it's like 11 days. 11 days.
College football this weekend, so shout out to that. We got
next Thursday. It goes down.
Yeah, so we're excited about that. Well, we're gonna be talking sports more this year, so I'm excited about that. We're gonna do a lot more sports talk. This is Keeping That 9. This is your boy Laugh as I Made. This is Monterey. We out. Peace.